Hello, everyone. We are Panagiota, XANTHOPOULOU and Alexandros from University of West Attica, and we are going to present our research titled Antecedents of Social Entrepreneurial Intention, a Systematic Literature Review. As you can understand from the title, we made a systematic literature review regarding the theme of social entrepreneurial intention. Specifically, we examined some documents related to social entrepreneurial intention from the Scopus database, which were further analyzed with a content analysis technique. We wanted to identify the categories and the themes to which each item belongs. So here we present a short introduction of our research, and we include some definitions of the main terms. Specifically, we can see that social entrepreneurship is a term that refers to sustainable ventures that combine commercial principles with a vision for social impact. Social entrepreneurship is often demonstrated by success around the world in various fields, for example, the education, the culture, the health, the finance, and more others. And different types of crises, such as economic or social ones. The research question that we are going to answer is that which factors influence students' intention to be social entrepreneurs? So the aim of our study is to provide sufficient data of the factors that affect students' social entrepreneurial intention. Here we present a literature review. Again, we can see that social entrepreneurship means is a term that refers to the pursuit of chances in order to increase social wealth through the development of new businesses. It's generally understood to be a process that begins with the formulation of social ideas in order to solve some social problems like poverty or pandemic, which is a current trend. Then recognizing possibilities and solutions for sustainable social development, despite the fact that there are numerous explanations and descriptions. We concluded that the major objective of social entrepreneurship is to create social value, which means to address social issues through creative solutions. Social entrepreneurial intention describes the psychological behavior of an individual that motivates someone to start a social business through learning, coming up with new ideas, and carrying out the social business plan. Which factors have been examined in relation to their impact or sustainable social, entrepreneurial intention? In order to find them, we use a systematic literature review as a methodology. Specifically, we chose this methodology as it was considered to be the most appropriate method for answering this research question. By examining the studies that were related to social entrepreneurial intention, we found that there is a gradual growth of them as an emerging topic of entrepreneurship study. For the current study, the authors have carried out a systematic review of the literature in order to examine the determinants of social entrepreneurial intention as they were examined by the literature review. This evaluation aims in the knowledge synthesis and identifying areas for further research. We visited Google Scholar, Web of Science, and Scopus database platforms, but finally we chose the Scopus platform due to its wider coverage of documents. The 3 steps of our process are presented in Figure 1, as you can see in the right of this slide, which describes the review process adapted from Tan et al. As you can see in the phase 1, we made the search in the academic database. Then we visualizing the examination, which means that we made we chose some papers that were not duplicated, for example, or they were not relevant. We focused on the most proper papers for our research, and during the phase 3 it was made the content analysis, which includes the coding and synthesizing of these papers. Excuse me, I forgot to say that we visited, the initial number was 503 documents, and we concluded in 47 documents in which we made the content analysis. Then the results. As we said before, we found in initial 503 publications that met the search criteria, of which the 427 documents were articles, the 28 were documents, for example, book chapters, the 25 were conference proceedings, 12 of them were including in reviews, 4 in books, 4 in documents, in conference reviews, and 2 of them in editorials, while 1 document was found in errata. These results can be seen here in the figure 2. Then, after reviewing the literature, we found that since 2014, social entrepreneurship research has been increased. You can see the results in figure 3. There have been a lot of more empirical studies in recent years testing theoretical claims about social entrepreneurship. From 2014 through 2023, the number of papers published each year is presented in this figure, which clearly describes the growing popularity of the field. Since, as you can see from the figure, since 2017, there has been significantly more research regarding the social entrepreneurial intention, indicating that the academic community has recently been paying more attention to this topic. Then we use the VOS viewer program in order to build this figure, which shows the keywords links network map. The thematic analysis shows 4 categories, 4 main categories that impact on social entrepreneurial intentions. These are the social environment of students, including social capital, human capital, the support from their universities or institutions, the social support they receive, and the social norms. The second category includes prior work experience, which means previous employment or career or income issues, for example. The third category is entrepreneurship education, which has been found that has a great impact on students' intention to be entrepreneurs, including universities, academic entrepreneurship, university students, social sciences, in where entrepreneurship courses are taught. And the category 4 includes personality factors such as self-efficacy, opportunity recognition, empathy, sense of trust, theory of planned behavior, and more others. You can see them in the figure 4. Here we analyze the previous results. For example, as we said, category 1 includes social environment, and it was found in 9 documents of the research sample. As we said, social environment includes family support and social network connections that have been demonstrated to have a substantial impact on university students' decision to pursue a social entrepreneurial career. Perceived social support and students' social entrepreneurial intention have been shown to strongly and favorably correlate in prior studies. Then the second category, prior work experience, which was found in 10 documents, includes findings of many studies, as you can see here, which show that prior experience influences prosocial behavior and attitudes, including participating in social recycling programs, for example. Then the third category, entrepreneurship education, which was found in 15 documents, and it was one of the most famous factors, includes the largest number of articles that study the impact of entrepreneurship education in forming students' social entrepreneurial intention. We can understand that the importance of education and its components is considered and is shared by many studies, a large number of studies, as an important predictor of entrepreneurial intention. Here you can see some studies as in text citations. Then the fourth category, which includes personality factors, was found in 13 documents, which outlines the distinctive personality traits of social entrepreneurs. For instance, there are researchers such as Priti and Priyadarshini used the Big Five model, which includes extraversion, openness to experience, neuroticism, consciousness, and agreeableness, to measure the five social entrepreneurial intentions, which are social vision, financial return, social networking, innovation, and sustainability. Our research brought some conclusions presented here. Based on the 47 documents from Scopus database, the authors observed that social entrepreneurial intention research began to receive a great academic attention mainly during 2017, and since then has grown rapidly in the following years. Then, with the advent of numerous papers and publications advancing knowledge on this subject and laying the groundwork for future research, social entrepreneurship research has so far experienced an increasing trend. The areas of emerging nations, mostly Asian ones, make up the majority of these locations that contribute to social entrepreneurship intention research. We found four main categories that we analyzed before: the social environment, the prior work experience, the entrepreneurship education, and the personality factors which mainly impact on students' social entrepreneurial intention according to the global literature. Then entrepreneurship education and the personal traits were the most examined determinants of social entrepreneurial intention. Furthermore, there are several limitations of this study that should be mentioned. First of all, our data came from a single database. Thus, we suggest to use more databases as Web of Science and Google Scholar. Generally, the systematic literature review as a technique has advantages and disadvantages. One of its main advantages is that it enables the search and synthesis of the existing literature. The review of the literature has, however, been constrained by key phrases and key terms employed to locate the required material. Because of this, the authors acknowledge that the synthesis might have left out some trustworthy sources, such as conferences or PhD thesis or books, chapters, for example. So we suggest that the future research should go beyond personality factors to look at the influence of socioeconomic circumstances and demography on people's tendency to engage in social entrepreneurship. There is currently a lack of empirical research on the importance of prior knowledge in this process, as well as how entrepreneurs recognize and seize chances in the face of complex macro and micro contextual circumstances. This was our research. We would like to thank you for your attention. Here you can see our emails if you want to share comments or ask some questions, for example. Thank you for your attention. We remain at your disposal for anything else needed.